In this video, we want to explore what a wireframe actually is, and there's several ways that you could be working. You could do some thumbnail sketches, and we've done thumbnail sketches before. They're tiny, they're quick, they get our ideas down on paper very quickly. We might use grid paper and a pencil, and we can do several designs or a dozen designs very quickly and some small variations. Now we use symbols, kind of a symbol system in our industry. This is very old-fashioned, but it works very, very well. In fact, way back when, in ancient times and when dinosaurs roamed the earth, I was a graphic designer that did not use any computers because we didn't have personal computers to do design on. So we typically called them thumbnail sketches, and then when we took those into being a rough drawing, kind of like you see here, we called them roughs or rough drawings. We tried to make them look as if these are the areas that a picture would be, or a component or text, anything of that sort, and we called them composites or comps for short. Well, long story short, the computer age came in and they kind of forgot about all that kind of stuff because, hey, you could do things in Photoshop like flames and all kinds of special effects, and we could just design with a computer on the fly. No. These things mean that you are not putting thought into your work. And so we go back to the beginning, like I said, when dinosaurs roamed the earth, and we do comps. Well, nowadays they came up with this wonderful new name called wireframes. Basically, it's the same thing. In any case, I have, for the last 30 years, done a lot of comps, rough drawings, and thumbnail sketches. And it's basically drawings, and we can put it on grid paper. You could nowadays use your iPad also to do some quick sketches. Autodesk Sketchbook Express is a free app that you can do typically some drawings on. Here we're working in Fireworks. It's to our advantage because we can do some hand drawing, and I've done a little bit of sketching here on a bitmap layer using a brush tool, okay, and having a pencil or the outline and just kind of sketching a few things out, okay. So what did I do? Well, I drew the component that we saw earlier in the other video, and basically there are some symbols here that represent what this typically is. So where do I want the tabs? Where do I want little symbols for that? Where do I want some text? Pictures and headlines and buttons, things like that. And so this is a quick way of sketching that out. Now I've done it over this just so that you can see it represents something that I could possibly imagine. Okay, well, I want to do something a little bit less sketchy, and that might make sense to your client or the design team that you might be working with. Let's go to another untitled new page, and working with Fireworks, this is very helpful to work with some shapes here, and so I've put in a couple of shapes in this rectangle here. You need a little bit heavier of a stroke around it so that you can see it typically. It doesn't have to be super thick, but we need to see these things fairly clearly. Now a picture, let me just show you some components that I typically do for arranging a page. And a picture or a photograph or an illustration might be done where I have a little bit of a gray background, and also represented, this is typical again of the advertising industry, is that it's got this little cross for a photograph. Okay, if I had a round picture, okay, perfectly round. And again, that would be represented with something that I would put across, like so, and I'd probably fill this in with a light gray picture. What it does is it tells me that that is a picture, an illustration, not non-text. And I want to go ahead and group this together. Okay, let's modify it, and let's see if I can, well, group. Okay, another way to do the same thing, select your items, control click or right click, and find group. And now I can move that around together. Okay, so any shapes like this, now we can move around, and I want to kind of reshape this using the scale tool. And I want a nice big banner, and here we start building our website. Okay, what do I want these components to look like? And so let's see, if I do a bar at the top, maybe I want some a navigation system. And it can, again, it can be fairly simple, and you can refine this in your actual project when you go to do the website. Okay, maybe I want just a few button looking type of things on a bar of some sort. And my banner, do I just wanted a solid color with an icon on it, my logo? Okay, maybe that's what I want, is my logo. And something like a logo, well, let's grab that, place it, and my logo could be square or round or long. Okay, what I want to do is I want to put some text in here. Whoop. No, let's get rid of that. I want to put some text in here, like I said. Okay, so I could say that this is a logo, and make my text a little bit bigger. Oh, in the properties panel. All right, what size is my text? 12 point. Now we'll make it 30 points so that I can pull this over here. Okay, it doesn't matter what color it's in exactly, but this will represent what I need my logo to be. And then perhaps, okay, I need to say what this is, and I'm just going to keep it in black because I don't care. Right at the moment, I don't care what the color is. When we get to design this, we'll take this wireframe and we will we could colorize it in different ways. So farmers market, okay, and something like that, and make the text a bit bigger. Well, I need to select the text actually. So if I select my text, clicking and dragging it all the way across, then I can make it bigger. Okay, otherwise, what if I want to have an area where I have a lot of text? Okay, so let's say, I'm going to push that over here. I want a picture of the basically the farmer's market, and let's say I need it to be a little bit more horizontal, like so, because this will be a little bit better. Well, then how do I make it so that I have some text that looks like I've got it going all the way across? Well, I might put some lines. So I'm going to go across with the lines, and again I'm lining that up. Okay. And we'll have multiple lines I'm duplicating this by holding down my Alt key, and on a Macintosh it's the Option key. And so now we are duplicating, and that represents a paragraph of some sort. So typically a wireframe is just some basic things here. Let's say I want some text on the page here for my navigation. It doesn't matter what it says, but you can see here I'm starting to build the website.